Well, apparently I suck at sleeping. Big surprise there. And it's early, and you know what, I'm just gonna try and sleep some more until Lydia can come over and wake me up. Oh man, I really gotta do something about my sleep schedule. Anyways, morning.
So things have been kind of hectic crazy at my house. And I'm just gonna kind of talk about what happened because I haven't had the time to really do that. So, as you know, on the 4th of May, my mother broke her leg. And she had went to just the emergency and they took the x-rays and said it was broken, but they said it was serious, that she would need surgery for it. And they put a bracing cast, I think that's what it was, just like a temporary one for the night, so she wasn't like messing it around with it. Because the next morning on the 5th, she went into the hospital to talk to the surgeon, and they scheduled her in to get surgery. Not really. She was kind of like there if somebody else canceled, and in the end she managed to slip into surgery right at the end of everything. So she spent the entire day at the hospital with my dad, and unfortunately my dad got sick from his week off and had been planning to take like the Monday off, but he ended up getting really sick, so he's sick and had to take care of her and stay in the hospital for her. So she came home on the 5th, just had surgery, has a plate and some screws in her leg and a cast on, and she couldn't even get up the steps by herself. She has crutches, but the steps are too high, so my dad had to pick her up each step to get her into the house. And then she got in bed, and that's kind of where she's stuck up for a little bit. Her cast is too heavy for her, so like she gets somebody when she's like getting up to help her pick up her cast leg and move it over, because she can't do that herself, at least right now. Maybe in a bit she'll be strong enough, but she's in pain and feeling weak, so it's kind of like she's trapped. But we did end up getting a wheelchair. There was one at the church, so we ended up being able to have a wheelchair so she can get into it, and like it's a little bit she's pretty much confined to the house on the main floor, and even when she's in the wheelchair she can't be in there long because her foot doesn't get elevated above her heart when she's in it. That would be way too hard, so laying in bed is the best thing for her, and so she's just kind of trapped. Yeah, and oh my goodness, when they were at the hospital waiting for surgery and getting the surgery, there were so many phone calls that I had to answer, and it's just like everything's going insane. Everybody wanted to talk to her. It's like they didn't know, and then everybody was calling at once. I don't know why, it just kind of happens that way. But yeah, it's a little crazy. You did also see the tablet that we got her. Since she is confined mostly to her room, she can't get downstairs to the computer. She gets to read her emails on that, she can play her card games, and she can watch the vlogs, or she can surf the web. A little bit of entertainment. And my dad's even thinking of getting some Netflix, because she shouldn't be in the wheelchair for a long time. So she could roll out and like watch a movie, but that might be too long because the blood starts really flowing to the leg and swells it up. So she needs to keep it elevated. So if she was in bed laying down, she could theoretically watch a movie. But I don't know. We're still kind of thinking on it, and still kind of just dealing with the situation and dealing with stuff as it comes. But yeah, It's been pretty insane. It's chaotic at my house because we have somebody that can't really do anything on her own, and she really needs a lot of help.
So the movie Speed is on TV, and Lydia and I were just kind of watching a little tiny bit of it. And I remember as a kid being very confused by the movie Speed because they're not allowed, like on the bus, they're not allowed to drop below 50 or they explode. And I just remember being just like,
why don't they jump out?
Like 50's not that fast. 50 isn't really that fast. But that's because I'm Canadian, and so 50 kilometers per hour
is a lot different.
Isn't all that fast, but it's a lot different from 50 miles per hour. Because that's what, probably like
almost 80.
Almost 80, yeah.
I don't know if it's at 80.
It's around there.
Around there.
75 to 80. I don't know the conversion off the top of my head. But yeah. I just remember just not understanding the movie. Just because I'm like, 50 doesn't seem that fast. Like 50, whatever. But yeah. Kilometers, miles, yeah. Big difference. So yeah. Knowing that now, the movie's a lot more intense.
You wanna eat cinnamon rolls?
Sure.
They're the special ones.
They are. The SALJ ones.
Here you go.
Oh, I see how it is.
I get yours.
You're gonna consume me. That's weird.
I'm just consuming an S and an A.
Mm-hmm. Student association?
Yes. Live journal.
Live journal. LeBron James.
I don't know.
You got nothing.
Yay! I like them. Do you want some icing too?
I don't need it.
I'm gonna put a little on mine.
Okie dokie. Yeah, these have been sitting around for a couple days. Still got
them nice.
Still got the 800.
Yeah. We're above 800 now. You eating the 0?
Kind of looks like it, right?
Yeah.
Good? Cool. I guess I can have some of the icing on mine as well.
You want me to put it on for you?
Yes, please. There, bub. How do you like my new room setup? Very temporary. Just because I was recording a little bit of video game playthrough stuff, and I needed a bigger desk to compensate for having a mouse and having a hard drive plugged in at the same time, because my normal little table is just too small for that. So I lugged this big table out of the basement, and because of that, it would have barely fit into my room. So I decided, why don't I fold up this bed, this futon, into actual like couch form, which I haven't done since I got the thing like 2 years ago. And it was interesting, but it worked. It worked for what I did. I only like played and recorded for about an hour, and I don't know if I really like what I recorded, so we'll see if I actually end up doing anything with it. I didn't beat the game that I was playing, but I got to a point where I could stop and then could pick up later on. But I don't know if I'm just gonna scrap the footage or not. It's tough. Like, I really want to record gameplay stuff, but I don't know if it works for me, like my personality and all that stuff. Because I mean, if you watch anybody else playing games, like at least the big people, they're very rambunctious, I guess, and over the top. And I feel like if I try to do that, it comes off very forced and not natural. Like, it's just not me to be that, like, crazy and all that stuff. So it's hard to find my voice without copying someone. But it's something I really am interested in doing, and I don't want to just have like silent playthroughs, which is another thing that some people do, which is they play through the game, they record themselves playing the game, but they don't record them doing commentary. And I don't want to do that, but it's tough to do the actual commentary for it. So maybe I just need to find the right games to play, because I do have like 4 or 5 games up on my my gaming channel, but it's really not much of anything. So I don't know. I want to get back into it, but it's hard. It's hard enough to find the time to actually like record, and then when it is, it's tough. It's very tough, especially with the equipment that I have. Anyways, I'm gonna stop for now, just because my parents are going to bed, so I don't want to be yelling at a computer screen at, midnight. So I'm gonna stop and try and sleep. So yeah, I don't know, maybe I'll get back into this a bit later on, but who knows? It's all up in the air. We'll see. Anyways, going to bed. Okay? Good night. Oh.
Ow!
Really?
You didn't take the opportunity yourself.